Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and this is going to be part 2 of my top 25 favorite slashers, numbers 20 through 16. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you some of the ones that were actually on my list, but didn't make the cut. I'll give you a few of those. So anyway, let's get started. Coming in at number 20. Don't Go in the House. Now, this is also another, it's a mean-spirited movie. It's another mama's boy type movie, kind of in the tradition of Maniac. But this has some really neat kills, and I thought it was done really, it was a very clever film. And I actually thought that the acting in it was, pretty decent. Happy to have this Blu-ray finally. I've had the Shriek Show DVD for quite some time, but recently I picked up the Blu-ray, which is the uncut version. So definitely happy to have this in my collection. So coming in at number 20 is Don't Go in the House. You've been warned. Coming in at number 19, Stage Fright. Now this is a really, really cool flick with tons of atmosphere. And the killer is definitely unique. The first time I saw this film years ago, I think I fell asleep on it, which is a shame because it didn't hold as much regard as it does now. Of course, I rented it again years ago, and from then on it's been, of course, one of my favorite slashers. But I love Stage Fright. It's a tremendously cool movie. So that is number 19, Stage Fright. Coming in at number 18, and I haven't upgraded to the Scream Factory yet. I'm sure I will eventually. I just haven't done it yet with funds being, a little tight right now. Let's see, 18 is Psycho 2. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best sequels ever made. This is a tough one because, is it an out-and-out slasher, a psychological thriller? To me, it's still a slasher, although, there's not really a high body count, and, well, I'm not going to get into the story because I don't want to ruin anything for people who haven't seen it, but, I just love Psycho 2. Definitely my second favorite Psycho, which sounds kind of weird, but I think it is definitely on par with the first one. Just not quite as good. So that's number 18, Psycho 2. Coming in at number 17, Evil Speak. Now, in seeing this when I was younger, I don't know if it's a fond memory, although it kind of is, I guess. I first rented this when I was home from school with the flu. In, I guess, junior high, I would imagine. Something like that. But I did rent this from my video store when I had the flu, and I just love this movie. It's kind of a supernatural slasher, I guess is what you could call it. But, so many of these on my list kind of border other things. But it's known as a slasher, so it's definitely on my list, and I do love it. Clint Howard is great in this film. And don't forget Bob from That 70s Show, when he was in his younger years, is actually in this film as well. But coming in at number 17, that is Evil Speak. And finally, for this section of slashers, is The House on Sorority Row. Now, I'll definitely probably be picking, yeah. I'll definitely be picking up this Blu-ray from Code Red. Keep looking on Ronan's website to see when it's going to be released. As originally, I think years ago when it first came out from Scorpion, I ordered it but never received it. So I kind of had to track down the DVD. But I do love the House on Sorority Row. My wife watches a lot of housewife shows, which, if you're married, you know, when your wife watches something, you kind of watch it with her. And Eileen Davidson from The Real Housewives, I think, of Beverly Hills. She's not on there now, but she used to be. She is actually in the House on Sorority Row, but this is a really, really good slasher. Always liked this film. So, that'll do it for numbers 20 through 16. Now I'm going to give you a few that actually were on my list but didn't quite make the cut. To All a Good Night, Silent Rage, which may surprise a lot of you, but it's, you know, that's a Chuck Norris movie, but that's definitely a kind of like a martial arts slasher. Love that film. This one may surprise a lot of people too. A Nightmare on Elm Street. I do love the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I love them all, but didn't quite make the cut on this. And Mother's Day. So that's going to do it for part 2 of my 25 favorite slashers. Until next time, guys, peace.